All right, let's just get right into it. We're going to break down what might be the single most chaotic, landscape-altering night in the recent history of the Sanctioned Violence Organization. Seriously, this was a night where the old order was just completely shattered, and something new, something way more dangerous, started to rise.
And you know, the tone for the entire night was set right from the get-go. As commentator Julian Fiasco was screaming from the announce desk, this wasn't just some fallout from a pay-per-view. No, this was the entire company just descending into beautiful, violent chaos.
Okay, so to make any sense of this madness, we're going to break down the 5 key things that went down. We'll start with the new champ's welcome party, then jump into the corporate war that exploded in the tag division. After that, we've got the start of the Platinum Era, a full-on invasion, and believe me, you're going to want to stick around for the final shocker, the arrival of the Mad Bull.
So, let's start at the top, right? The biggest prize in the whole company, the SVO Championship. One man had just won it, but, well, another guy was already making plans to take it right off his shoulder.
So on one side, you've got the brand new champion, Carlos Vazquez. This is the South Beach sensation, a massive fan favorite. He's got all the flash and charisma in the world. And then, on the other side, you have Hollywood's favorite villain, Alex Sterling. This guy is arrogant, he's the winner of the Victory Cup tournament, and he just oozes contempt. I mean, it is a classic clash of styles, of personalities, right from the jump.
And Vazquez's big victory celebration? Yeah. That lasted for about 30 seconds. Alex Sterling marches right out there, trophy in hand, and wastes absolutely zero time cashing in his guaranteed title shot. Talk about sending a message. The new champ had a giant target painted on his back before the gold even had a chance to get warm.
And boom, just like that, the main event for the next huge pay-per-view, Seasons Beatings, is locked in. This is the new reality in the SVO. It's fast, it's brutal. You've got the biggest showman versus Hollywood's biggest star for the SVO Championship. It doesn't get much bigger than that.
Okay, so while the main event picture was heating up, a completely different kind of fire was starting elsewhere. This one was way more personal, way more dangerous, and it pulled in the highest levels of corporate power.
So here's a quick rundown of how we got here. It starts at the Ultimate Victory pay-per-view. The Enforcers lose their tag titles, but the real story was the brutal post-match assault on the COO Amy Page. Well, that brought her brother, the CEO John Page, to Showdown, and he was looking for blood. His very first act, firing her failed security detail on the spot.
I mean, John Page's response was just swift and totally ruthless. He saw the failure, he saw the assault on his sister, and he retaliated. But he didn't just stop at firing them. Oh no. He escalated the entire situation, promising to bring in, and I quote, actual muscle to handle his business from now on.
And his words, man, they carried this chilling promise. He wasn't just hiring some new security guards, he was importing a force of nature. You hear that? This wasn't a personnel change. This was a flat-out declaration of war on the new champions and pretty much anyone else who gets in his way.
And hey, speaking of imported talent, while John Page was busy threatening to bring in new faces, a major international star decided to just show up and make her presence felt completely on her own terms.
Yeah, the first real whoa moment of the night was the debut of Platinum Emily Shaw. For those who don't know, she's a former champion from Dynasty Wrestling over in London. Shaw was one of the hottest free agents in the entire world, meaning every promotion wanted her, and she chose the SVO to make her grand entrance.
And she left absolutely no doubt about what her intentions were. I mean, what's so telling about this quote is just the sheer arrogance. She's not here to compete, she's here to dominate. And she basically views the entire existing roster as nothing more than stepping stones on her path to the top.
And you know what? She immediately backed it up. In her debut against the super technical Noah Rogan, she didn't just hang, she showcased her skills and finished him decisively with her signature move, the Platinum Cutter. She didn't just get a win, she made a huge statement.
Her message after the match was simple and direct. The Platinum Era has officially begun. So for every other woman on that SVO roster, this means a brand new, highly skilled, and utterly ruthless competitor just landed right at the top of their division. Good luck.
But here's the thing. Emily Shaw's arrival, that wasn't just a one-off. It was just the first shot in what turned out to be a full-scale invasion of new and very dangerous talent.
And the debuts just kept on coming. We saw Bernard Wolf, the wayward traveler, a real hard hitter from Project Violence. Then, Colt Thompson, the Lone Star, a mercenary officially signed by the CEO himself. And then, another former world champion, unbreakable Angelo Anderson. I mean, the very foundations of the SVO roster were being ripped up and rebuilt in a single night.
But the most violent debut of the night, without a doubt, belonged to unbreakable Angelo Anderson, another huge star from Dynasty Wrestling. But Anderson didn't bother with a formal match. Nope. He came looking for a fight and immediately targeted one of the SVO's biggest and most beloved stars.
So after just brutally ambushing and destroying the former champion Kenneth D. Williams, Anderson delivered this chilling message. He didn't just climb the ladder, he kicked the whole thing over and declared himself the new apex predator of the SVO. And that message? That was sent loud and clear, directly to the new champion Carlos Vasquez.
So after all that chaos, all the debuts, all the violence, you'd think the night was over, right? You'd think that was enough. But the SVO saved its biggest, most landscape-altering shock for the very, very end.
Just when everyone thought the show was fading to black, the whole arena was plunged into darkness. The chaos wasn't done. Oh no, it was about to reach its absolute peak.
And then, two words flickered onto the screen: Mad Bull. Now, for any hardcore wrestling fan, that name means one thing. It means an absolute legend, a guy known for an intensity and passion that is just off the charts.
And then, the confirmation. Adam Garcia, the Mad Bull, a cornerstone of the rival promotion, Project Violence, was standing in an SVO ring. Look, this wasn't just a new signing. To have a top star jump ship from a major competitor like that, that's a seismic shift. It's a direct shot fired in the war between these promotions.
So let's be real. The Sanctioned Violence Organization is a fundamentally different company than it was just 1 week ago. You've got a CEO on a warpath, a monster like Angelo Anderson on the loose, and now a legend like Adam Garcia in the mix. The question isn't who's going to be champion anymore. The real question is who is possibly going to survive.